Hi, yesterday I have shown you how to deploy any custom server in Railway, and today I'm going to show you how to deploy n8n in Railway, which will help you to skip the $20 plan from the n8n website, and you can sell first in Railway today. So let's get into it. So you can see this is my dashboard. If you don't know how to go get into the dashboard, you can always go to railway.com and go to dashboard, and this will link you here. Now you have to press the new, and you have to press the template because n8n is an open source software, so they have created a template. So you can go here and you can search with n8n. Obviously you can go with n8n with workers, and it has more than many use. But what I like if you are a beginner and if you just want to get started and you don't want to get into the complexities, then this is my favorite template which you can use, and that is n8n with Postgres. So you can see you can use this website, and I will tell you how to use this one. So click this one and it will deploy your new project. So you can see where you want to deploy it. So again, you want to deploy it to new project or you want to deploy it to any other instance which you already have created. So I will deploy it to new project, and you can see if you want to configure, you can configure, and this is how they are using all the database domain. So you can see for the Webhook URL, they've already set up this one. For Postgres DB host, port, like all shared documents. So from this Docker, like from this Postgres instance, these variables are sent to this n8n instance. So you don't have to edit it one. You can just click on the deploy, and I will show you what are the next steps you have to do. So it is getting deployed. You can see that, and it is already connected because they are using shared variables. That's why it is connected, and that's why anything is dependent on Postgres, which is shown here. Now let me show you the variables tab. Here you can see this is the Webhook URL, and right now this is a public endpoint. So what is Webhook? If you know, I've covered Webhooks a lot in my previous videos. If you don't know what are Webhooks, you can watch the videos. But in short, if I tell you that it is a server, like one server communicates to one server. So for example, you have a Next.js server which is deployed in Vercel, and you want to communicate with n8n server directly, then you will use something called Webhook. So that is the basic thing which you have to understand. You can see this is the production Webhook URL which you have to give to your Next.js project, and obviously for every instance, like for every n8n like deployment, you will get something called authentication key, authorization key, or that depends completely upon you, and I will show you how to configure the Webhook. And if you link your own custom domain, for example, if you link your own custom domain, then you have to update this Webhook URL as well, because it is, you can see it is not shared one. So if I do the edit, so okay, so it is actually really public domain, it is already shared variable, so it should get automatically updated, and if it is not updated automatically, then you can get from the settings. So this is the first thing first, and these are all set up by n8n itself, and you can see all the Postgres database URL and all. So it is already configured. So if I go to the settings of n8n and if I go here, it is deployed. Okay, so the first thing first, you have to create the username and password. Let's create the username and password. Obviously we have to give the name as well. So let me do this one. Let me do a random password, and it will automatically get saved. So you can save it. So let's save this one. And again, it is asking you questions which you can answer, or you can just select get started, and you will get a free license key, which is very needed. Otherwise you won't be able to run your application, so you will get license key. So you can press this send me a free license key, and it will send you a license key. It is free actually. Now to create workflow, you can create a workflow, and you can go here, and obviously for Webhook you know what are the things you need to know, and that is the Webhook. And if you click this one, this is the test URL which you have to give to your Next.js application, and it doesn't contain any authentication, and you can create a basic authentication, or maybe header auth, or maybe JWT auth, and that completely depends on you, and that is what I want to tell. And now if I go again to the back, I can delete this workflow, I can make this active or anything like that. So this is it, guys. This is the railway and n8n combination, like how to deploy n8n in railway, and that is the one for you. And again, once you get the license key, you have to go to something called settings, I believe. And here, I think you have to press the enter activation key. Like you will get the URL, like the license key URL in the email. If you click that one, you don't have to come here. If you want to paste the activation key directly here, you can use this one process. So this is it, guys, and I will see you in the next video with another technical and another implementation which will help you to launch your SaaS. Until then, take care and bye.